Good morning, colleagues from all of the regions. I'm happy to introduce again to you the current version of the electronic reporting system under the Stockholm Convention, and especially on Part C reporting information on PCB. PCBs or polychlorinated biphenyls. I think as you have been aware of, is synthetic organic chemical or chlorinated compounds, which since around 1929 to 1989 has been produced about 1.7 million tons and widely used in industrial and commercial applications since 1930 in various functions as the electric fluids, as flame retardants, ink solvents, plasticizers, etc. And PCBs has been known to pose danger or threat to the human health and the environment because it is stubborn, has high thermal inertia or low flammability or very low flammability, and chemical structure stability, so it is persistent in the environment. And the effect of PCBs has been proved to exist and demonstrating various health problems either in animals in laboratory or animals in the open nature, and also in human beings. And because of the severely hazardous and toxic and also persistence in the environment, PCB has been listed as one of persistent organic pollutants to be managed in environmentally sound manner under the Stockholm Convention. And under this convention, each party is obliged to provide a report on the implementation of its environmentally sound management of PCBs and towards the progress in eliminating PCB. Under Part 2 of Annex A of the Stockholm Convention, each party is obliged to provide report every 5 years, and the format of reporting was specified by the Conference of the Parties to the Stockholm Convention by Stockholm decision on SE 118 when the COP requested the Secretariat to establish format, but then the format was decided to be introduced to the parties by decision during the second COP of Stockholm, and the parties are to submit the report to the COP according or pursuant to the Stockholm Convention Article 15, especially these requirements under paragraph G, part 2 of Annex A. And in return, the Conference of the Parties shall review progress towards the elimination of polychlorinated biphenyls as the Convention goal of the environmentally sound management of PCB by 2028. The banning for the use is by 2025. And the COP also shall review the progress in 5 years intervals or other period as appropriate, and by taking into account the report submitted by parties. And by decision SE 5/7, the progress towards elimination of PCBs is to be reviewed at the Conference of the Parties meeting in 2015, next year, at COP7, and taking into account the third national reports, or based on the third national reports, which are to be submitted by parties by the end of 31st of August this year or next month. I think it's only 1.5 months in the near future. And in order to support parties in their efforts to eliminate the PCB through environmentally sound management and disposal, a cooperative framework has been initiated by decision SC 4/5, which is called PCB Elimination Network, or it's abbreviated as PEN. By decision SC 4/5, parties, government, and then non-government organizations, industries, academic societies, and also other business enterprises are invited to become members and to develop partnerships in effort in eliminating PCBs by 2028. Initially, as an interim basis, PEN was administered by the Secretariat of the Stockholm Convention, but since last year, or about 2 years ago, the ownership or leadership in PEN has been transferred to UNED Chemicals, and as also endorsed by the Stockholm Convention Conference of the Parties by decision SC 6/6. So now the PEN, although administered by UNED Chemicals, but the website is still maintained by the Secretariat of the Stockholm Convention. You may wish to visit the website of PEN under Stockholm Convention website. And in order to respond to the request of the Conference of the Parties to update the format of national reporting, and also to improve the electronic reporting system, the Secretariat has revised the Stockholm Convention online electronic reporting system, so that the current version, or version 3, has included the newly listed POPs like PFOS and also other newly listed POPs, and also has modified the questions on existing POPs, including PCBs. So you will find some new question or some streamlined questions under part C on PCBs. And also the current system has provided some features in order to make users convenient in using it, so, such as provision of links to references, and pre-filled questionnaire by data migration from the reports previously submitted by parties. So you may find when you log into the report that some fields of the answers of the questionnaire has been pre-filled. That's migrated from the previous report from each country, and the current system also provides basic error checking. It means that basically it only warns you if you haven't completed a questionnaire or you left an answer blank. That's what's so called basic error checking. So not really, but it doesn't verify error in data, number, unit, etc. So you must be careful when entering data. Pay attention to the unit and other logical matter. I will go directly to describe Part C, PCB. I guess all of you have been familiar with the entire electronic reporting system. It consists of 5 parts currently in this version, and PCBs is placed in Part C. Basically, Part C consists of 3 sections. First is Section 1, information on measures taken by party on the control of releases, elimination or reduction of releases from stockpiles and waste. Of course, with regard to PCB. And the second section is various planning and environmental sound management practices for PCBs waste and PCB stockpile. And the third section is information on local destruction, import and export of PCB in the country. To be detailed, Section 1 consists of questionnaires on strategies for identifying stockpiles of PCB and products and articles in use and waste, and identifying products and articles in open application, such as in table safe and also copy papers, for example, and also identifying sites which are contaminated with PCB with concentrations or level above 0.005%. And Section 1 also requires information on identification of sites contaminated with PCB. The first is just strategies, whether a country have already a strategies for identification, and the second is the identification of sites contaminated with PCB, and also measures to ensure that the environmentally sound management of products and articles which are identified as waste with PCB higher than 0.005%. You will see here the first section of Part C. It consists of several questions or questionnaires. For example, number 1 is, has your country developed strategies for identifying stockpiles consisting of or containing greater than 0.5% or 50 ppm PCB in accordance with paragraph 1A I of Article 6 of the Convention. Then, based on the information you have, you may opt for yes, which means that you have developed strategies for identifying stockpile or stockpiles which contain PCBs above 50 ppm. Or you may opt for answer currently being developed, or of course you have also the choice to say no if you have no strategies at all at the moment. And also the next question is similar, and if you say if you choose yes, or if you inform that you have developed strategies, then after clicking the option yes, then another or other questions will appear. Here the question will appear is a new question in which parties are requested to specify the year in which the strategies were developed. And you may find in the next question, like here, please select all elements that are included in the strategy. You may find that some checkbox already filled out. Those information are extracted from the previous report, but of course you may change or modify the answer according to your current actual situation, or based on the current fact. And you may see here, just a refresher, there are navigation toolbars. Here on the top toolbar you will find previous page button and next page button to move or to navigate to the next page, and then a button to save all changes. When you are sure that you have filled out all the questions on the answer properly and correctly, then you may click save all changes to avoid that you spend time without saving. Because sometimes we may forget to save, so that when you change page and you didn't save or you log out accidentally, then the changes or the modification may not be recorded. Sometimes when you just move to the next page, an error checking function will activated, telling you that you haven't filled out the answer or the questionnaire properly, or you have left some answers blank. That's normal. You may ignore it if you don't intend to fill out or to answer or to respond specific questionnaire at the moment. I think I will move to the next slide. Here it is, I think it's better or clearer. You will see here the button for check errors on this page, and also you will see download answer here to download answer at any time. The purpose of providing record of answers we have provided at any time or at a given time is to enable you to print out and to discuss with your colleagues or your supervisor about your answers. And like the other section, In the end of the section page, a blank field is provided to enable parties to provide additional information or clarification on the data or information we have provided through the questionnaire. In section 2, section 2 is designed to accommodate the requirements under part 2 of Annex A on polychlorinated biphenyls, such as measures to identify equipment in use in waste and articles in open applications with PCBs level greater than 50 ppm, and also to provide information on the proportion of PCB waste which are managed in environmentally sound manner, and also provide information on the current plan for management and phase out of PCB, as well as information from parties in any difficulties encountered in implementing the plan, and also information on measures to reduce exposures resulting from PCB, and also information on inventories of PCB. Perhaps some countries have conducted inventories of PCB based on formally recognized methodology, such as some guidance provided by either Stockholm Convention and the Basel Convention. Currently, PEN has published or has just finished the final version of guidelines for inventories of PCB developed by BCRC China. Here is an example of section 2, which questionnaires are to fulfill the requirement of part 2 of Annex A. You will see here some questions which are similar. Yeah, there are some choices that you need to select, and there are also some questions when responded, it may generate or activate the next questions or more specific questions, and also provide some selection or choices on specific issue. For example, here questionnaire number 9 regarding identification of articles and materials containing more than 50 ppm PCBs contaminated through open applications of PCBs. Then if you have identified those articles and materials, then you will be requested to specify the articles and the year or period in which the article was identified. So you may click there is appear an empty table. In order to report or to provide information, you have to click Add, and then a pop-up menu editing dialog box will appear, and then when you click Select, then a pull-down menu will appear, providing you with some choices. For example, the articles or material containing PCBs which has been identified are paints and anti-corrosion coating. You may click it to select and click Add, and then you provide the information on the year in which it is identified. And if you have more than one type of articles or material containing PCB, then you may add again another one and select another material, for example adhesive. And in some questions, a table has been provided to be filled out, for example information on inventory which has been undertaken by a country. So if you have conducted an inventory and click yes, then another question will appear with to verify whether this is a complete inventory or just a preliminary inventory, and then you will be requested to provide relevant information on the inventory, which has some categories like equipment containing greater than 10% of PCBs and volumes greater than 5 liters. And you need to specify also in the next column the status equipment, whether the equipment is still in service or out of service or unspecified, and to provide information on the year the inventory was conducted, and to provide quantitative data like number of equipment and mass of equipment or weight, and also component of the equipment, which consists of solid parts of the equipment, solid parts of PCB without oil, and mass of liquids and PCB content in oil, and total mass. This is example. And section 3, information on local destruction and import and export of PCB for destruction. This is including information the quantities and the type of PCBs exported for destruction, or if your country has a facility and open for international shipment, information on import of PCBs for destruction in your country. I would provide you with demo, something like that, on electronic reporting, accessing reporting. I think I need to share my desktop. Now can you see my desktop? Here you will see the specific web page for Stockholm Convention Electronic Reporting System, or SEERS, on the Stockholm Convention website. Then you head to Electronic Reporting System. It is here. When you get to the home of the website, then you select tab countries and then reporting. You will find information about the reporting, overview and mandate, and its decision, and the previous national report, and the current electronic reporting system. To access the updated SEERS or electronic reporting system, you just click the link provided, and then the login page appear. For the moment, it is designed so simple. It's not very attractive, but it's functional. So you first choose the languages. Currently, the available languages are English, French, and Spanish. The Chinese, Russian languages have been ready, but it still needs to be entered to the system, and it needs quite specialized resource to do so. So in this example, we just select English and click start, and then login page appear, and you just enter your login or username. The usernames and the passwords have been sent or distributed to the OCP or to the official contact point of each party. And the usernames and password consist of two sets. First, administrative account, the username and password dedicated for official contact point, who is supposed to submit to verify and submit the report to the secretariat electronically. And the second set is technical account, which can be shared among officers in charge for reporting the implementation of the Stockholm Convention under Article 15. And the login the password and the usernames are sent to OCP only. So it is up to the OCP of each country to designate other officers to help him or her completing the report. So here, for example, I would use my own login and click validate credential. Sorry, this is a bug. So you have to select language again and start. Actually, it should be just once. We are still working on this to improve for the next version. So now the first will appear the first page or part A, general information on party. I will go directly or navigate directly. You may navigate through this next page button like this, but to reach a certain part it may be too many clicks, so we just go directly on the right on the left hand sidebar. There is a menu showing the part of each of the questionnaire. Here I have clicked part C, information on progress in eliminating polychlorinated biphenyl. And as you have seen here, it has been pre-filled based on the migrated data from the reports previously submitted by a party. For example, this party is Switzerland, and here an example of some question which has been answered. But there is also a new question which you need to pay attention. This, for example, the question number 1, the new question. When you click yes, then another question requesting information is question 1.1 about the year in which the strategies as mentioned in question 1 were developed. So you have to click any one of the year in which the strategies were developed. And you may also specify other component of the strategy which included in the previous plan in the blank field provided under certain questions, like here number 1.2. And in each end of the section you will see a blank field is also provided to enable parties to provide additional information on certain answers or certain information or data provided under this section. And I will provide you example of using a table which you have to fill out when you respond positively to a question. Here an example is question number 9. Question number 9 asking you about any measures to identify articles containing more than 50 ppm PCB contaminated through open applications of PCBs like in cable sheet, filled coke and painted objects in accordance with certain clause of the convention. Here you see the clause of the convention paragraph. For example, paragraph F of part 2 of Annex A has a different appearance. It is a link. When you click this, then a pop-up information appear, which is the text of the specific reference mentioned in the question, and you can click to close it again. And here, for example, this country has responded yes on the measures taken to identify articles containing more than 50 ppm PCBs in open applications, and then you need to click the select there to select relevant year in which you have identified the PCBs in open application. For example, we click 2003, and then what measures apply. You may check here if the measures that apply here in conformance with the answers you have provided in the previous report. On the previous report, then you just leave it. But if you need to modify it, for example, it's not accurate or not correct, then you can just modify it. For example, uncheck this and check this. For example, development of inventory. And if you have identified articles and materials in open applications of PCBs, then you will be requested to provide information on the table. Here you will see this table still empty. It contains 3 columns. First column, articles of material containing PCB, and the second, other article containing PCB, and the third, information on the time or year in which the article was identified. To provide information, you need to click the add button. Click here, add, and then an editing dialog box will appear. Then you can choose articles of material containing PCB you have identified, and select any one of the applicable choices. For example, here paints and anti-corrosion coating, and you select also the information of the year. For example, it is before 2001, for example, and after that, in case you have no choices here, you may also choose for other, and you specify in the left space, in the blank space provided underneath. Let's back to paints and anti-corrosion coating, and then you click add again. Click add button again, and then now the information appear here. You may add another, by clicking add again, and then select like for example flame retardance, and the year also, for example before 2001, and click add again, and now those two types of PCBs application are listed, and the year also appear here. You may edit or delete this later if you find that the information is incorrect. For example, here edit, it will be the same, but maybe this edit may more be applicable to other articles containing PCB. And then you click update here. And you may also delete this information if it's not correct. For example, no flame retardance is not identified, and you can delete it. So and it's in the same with the previous section. This section also provides blank space to provide specific or more information or clarification on certain answers to question. For example, as clarification to answer to question number 11 to 12, this is the information that there is no storage of PCB waste in this country, for example. Now you may move to the next page, the last section. You may provide also information whether you have locally destroyed or not. And if you have locally destroyed, you may provide or you may click the right answer, for example yes, and then another question will also appear. Similarly, you will be requested to provide information in a table, and to provide that information you just click add button, and a pop-up editing dialog box appear, and you select here, and there is a specific request. For example, here that you may provide pay attention information on local destruction of PCB. There is a note for all PCBs destroyed before year 2001. Please provide the total aggregated value. Then select the year and quantity. For example, if it's just before 2001, you may just provide the total aggregated value. For example, 10,000 metric ton, and just click add, because perhaps the PCBs in before 2001 was not identified completely or specifically. Then you may also add another information, what kind of PCBs in select year, maybe in 2004 for example, and there is also another quantity, for example 2000, and then you can add, and it will appear also. Similarly, the question for exporting PCBs is for destruction has similar table to be filled out like this, and the PCB contained in for example liquids containing PCBs, you may select there, for example 2005, 1000 or 10,000, and just add, and the list will appear here. And you may also provide local data information or other information in the blank space provided. And then you need to save all changes here so that the information you have provided will be recorded when you log out or accidentally log out. Like for example, power supply cut off, especially in developing countries where electricity disruptions happen frequently. And then you click after you fill out the information on PCBs, and the other you go to the last part or part E, and after you ensure that you have saved all changes, and you submit the national report. The submit the national report button only appears on the OCP's account. So when you log in as OCP, then the submit the national report button will appear. But if you use technical account, this button will not appear, to ensure that only OCP verify and submit the national report. And you may also download the answers. For example, here, download the answers. It's quite long, but it's actually it's function. Oh, here. So now you see, and I use Chrome browser to open it, and after it's download, and the file name is survey answer .doc, a Word formatted document. You may open it like this, and you will see the record. And I will provide you example of the check for errors function. Here you can click the check for errors on this page. Then there is warning that this page has incomplete or invalid answers. Please scroll down to see the details per question. Then you go to each question to see if what error you have made. For example, here on question 1, you haven't fill out anything. So before you move to another page or submit, you need to check. All of these questions are still blank because part D on pivot is new part. So there is no data previously provided by parties. But for the previous page, you may find that here, for example, if you navigate to the next page, in some instance it provides you warning, but maybe because it's administrator's page, the error page error warning function not appear when we click next page without completing the question. For example, question number 10 here is not filled out yet, so it should provide a warning when you click check for errors like this. So it indicates that a certain question is not yet answered. Okay, I think and to log out, for the moment there is no log out button, so that's why you always need to save all changes, because when you close the tab or the windows of the browser, then it will not change. This to confirm navigation. Leave this page. Okay, now I will go back to now I will go back to the slides, and thank you for your attention. Sorry, I think I took too long time because of the demonstration, but I hope the demonstration is useful to you.